For today's video, we're gonna make this kind of wet, liquidy, metallic sound effect. It sounds like this. You can actually turn on the pitch isolate or the pitch tracking to get different sounds. So we're gonna use the noise isolator and pick the Kick Trans 3. We're only gonna use one LFO for different areas, so you can shape the LFO exactly like that, or you can actually get creative and remove some parts and add some new parts. You can actually hear the difference, so this is up to your taste how you want it to sound like. So we're gonna first use it on the pitch knob, and we're gonna make it around 50 maybe. That sounds good, yeah. And then we're gonna use the comp negative filter. So you want to increase the resonance until maybe 85 and the cutoff frequency around 6000 Hertz, and you want to place the LFO towards -50 for the cutoff, and it sounds like this without the FX. You can actually decrease the resonance and it's gonna sound less maybe metallic and less liquidy. Okay, so we're gonna use 6 FX, and it's gonna be flanger, chorus, delay, compressor, equalizer, and the reverb. So the first setting for the flanger is gonna be around 4 Hertz, and the depth almost all the way but towards 92%, and for the feedback it's gonna be 80%, and we don't want to use all the way for the wet flanger. We're gonna use it maybe around 70 or maybe 65. And for the chorus, so this it sounds like this with only the flanger. It just adds a little bit of depth. And for the chorus, you can hear it to sound a lot more kind of metallic, and you want the rate to be around 1.30 Hertz, the delay around maybe 1 milliseconds, also for the delay to 1 milliseconds, and the depth you want it to be 3.5 milliseconds. For the feedback, we want it to be around 65%, and the low pass filter is going to be around 5000. And this is the original setting. You just want to increase it to 55%. For the delay, we wanted to have some metallic effect to it, so the feedback is around 66%, and you want it to be a really fast delay time, so it's 1/128 from left and right. And this is just the normal settings. And also for this one, I also forgot to mention that this is in trigger mode and the rate is 1/32. You can actually change it to your liking. Let's see what it sounds like for 1/8. Okay, for the compressor, we want the threshold, just decrease it a little bit and decrease the ratio, and maybe increase the gain a little bit. And for the equalizer, we just want to increase the high end to 8 decibels and decrease the low end to maybe 6 decibels. And this is up to your personal taste if you want to add reverb or not. And this is the final product. So it's up to you to actually change the cutoff frequency and the resonance and play with different knobs to get different sounds. And for the second sound, we're gonna actually remake the SOPHIE hi-hat from her the Splice sample pack, and it's this one. This is what I got for the from Zero. It's kind of the same. It's actually like 90% same as the sample pack. So we're just gonna use the bright white noise isolator, which is in the analog section, and we're gonna use this LFO. So this sound is actually for, I use it a lot for claps and snares and hi-hats. It's just, if you want to recreate it, you just want to double click right here and then double click right there, also double click right there to make two kind of like mountain shapes, and for the last one is just like that. So we want to put it in the envelope mode with removing the BPM and making the rate around 10 Hertz and placing that in the volume section all the way up. So it sounds like this without the filter. And the bandpass filter is actually what we use to make remake or actually synthesize claps and hi-hats most of the time. So it's in the multi section. You want to go down to bandpass 12, make the cutoff frequency around 2500 Hertz, increase the resonance to 50, and the drive a little bit to 35%, and it sounds like this. Let me see, without the effects, it sounds like a clap, right? Okay, for the effects we want to add hyper dimension. Doesn't do a lot. I think this is too loud. Hyper dimension. So we're gonna decrease the mix all the way down, and then decrease the size maybe until 2%, and increase the hyper dimension mix to 23%. And then we want to add distortion just to pump up the volume and the signal of the white noise. Then we're going to add EQ. We're going to get rid of all the low end, because this is technically a hi-hat, which is just bright high end frequency white noise. Now it sounds like a clap. So the frequency, so we have to choose this mode, which is the low EQ type, and it's around 380 Hertz. The Q knob is all the way down, and the EQ volume gain is all the way down. So this is where the trick. We use comp filter, and it sounds like that. The comp filter is right here. We're gonna make the cutoff frequency around 15 Hertz and use envelope 1. So envelope 1 is, you can copy the ADSR from the section, so it's really low. If you want to recreate it here, you just want to take this point and drag it all the way down, and then place it right here, and increase it to 10 for the filter frequency. We don't actually need a an envelope on the resonance knob, so you can hear this kind of reverbed reverb effect from the comp filter. If you want to get rid of it, just increase the damp all the way up, and it's gonna sound a little bit with a reverb, but it's not as much, and it's gonna sound actually kind of metallic. Yeah, I think that's it. It's pretty similar to the to SOPHIE's hi-hat. Anyway, you can choose mono for this one actually too. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.